We often measure the scale of ancient empires by the stone monuments they left behind, or the borders they claimed through military conquest. The Western Chalukya dynasty, ruling the Deccan Plateau during the 12th century, mastered this physical domain, but their most significant contribution to history remains invisible to the naked eye. Standard histories present the timeline of science as a Western sequence, starting with the European Renaissance. Centuries before that European awakening, Chalukyan scholars were using sharp iron styluses to record sophisticated mathematical systems and planetary observations onto dry palm leaves. To understand this dynasty, we have to look at the calculations that tracked the stars, the administration that funded the research, and the science that categorized the very soil. To find the true power of the Western Chalukyas, we have to look past their monuments of stone and examine their empire of intellect. In the 12th century, the mathematician Bhaskara II led the premier cosmic observatory at Ujjain. His masterwork, the Siddhanta Siromani, provided a comprehensive breakdown of arithmetic, algebra, and the mathematics of the planetary spheres. Within these texts, Bhaskara conceptualized the differential coefficient and the principles of calculus more than 500 years before Isaac Newton. He applied early calculus to define massive astronomical quantities, specifically the sidereal year, the time Earth takes to orbit the Sun. He determined this orbit is 365.2588 days. The modern measurement is 365.25636 days. His 12th century calculation was off by only 3.5 minutes. The Chalukyas treated the night sky as a mechanical system. Every movement was a variable that could be quantified and predicted through human mathematics. The Chalukyan royal court actively applied this precise cosmic data to the security and expansion of the state. They established a specific administrative tool called Jyotirvritti, tax-free land grants awarded exclusively to master astronomers and astrologers. Emperor Vikramaditya VI issued these grants regularly, ensuring that the mathematicians who mapped the sky were also embedded in the state's economy. We can see the military application of this patronage in the records of a royal officer named Bhamanaya and an expert astrologer named Nanneya Bhatta. King Someshvara III granted Nanneya Bhatta special privileges in recognition of his work calculating the mathematically auspicious date to launch a military expedition. Funding astronomical research was a pillar of their logistics. By predicting exact cosmic alignments, the state secured a tangible advantage in campaign timing. This analytical gaze was also turned toward the Earth. Royal encyclopedias like the Manasollasa sought to decode the immediate terrestrial environment of the Deccan Plateau. Their scholars categorized groundwater into 9 distinct varieties, creating a systematic approach to hydrology and resource management. They used soil analysis to optimize agriculture, using natural color variations in the earth to determine the acidity and basicity of a plot of land. This deep observation of the natural world also extended upward into meteorology, allowing them to formulate early mathematical predictions of devastating seasonal droughts. Chalukyan texts instructed observers to analyze the depth and color of rainbows forming over the forest. A specific blackish depth in the colors was used to mathematically forecast the severity of an impending dry season. The intellectual rigor used to map the infinite orbits of the planets was applied directly to the survival of the population and the health of their crops. The political dominion of the Western Chalukyas eventually faded. Their military power declined, and their fortifications were eventually claimed by rival dynasties. While the political state collapsed, their intellectual blueprint remained. Their texts on calculus, hydrology, and administration continued to influence South Asia for centuries. The formulas carved into palm leaves on the Deccan Plateau existed long before the timelines often cited in global histories of science. The ruins of the Western Chalukyan fortifications are a reminder of the transience of political power. Their observations of the cosmos and the Earth, however, remain a permanent part of the history of human knowledge.